Is it on me?
Yeah, I gotta stop doing that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. It's funny every time you do
And I don't do
it.
it on purpose. I promise.
Hello and welcome to the Boys Upstairs Show's the Week 9 NFL show.
Woo!
All right, game one on slate here. This is a war crime that this game's at 9 a.m. This game's in Germany, so shout out to the German people for getting to see such a good game. But
Shout out to war crimes in Germany.
we have to all wake up early for this game or miss this game, which is sad. It is Dolphins at the Chiefs in Germany. Chiefs are -1. It's a pick 'em. Total 50.5. We're going to give it to Sam.
It was an ugly ass showing from the Chiefs there, and they need to turn that thing around. They need to get that back on track, which that's what good teams do. The Chiefs are a good team. I have no doubt that they're going to do that. The Dolphins are coming out of beating New England comfortably, but there was nothing too crazy about that game. I guess Tyreek Hill's still a stud. But he's playing against Big Red. He's playing against his old coach. So they're going to have plenty of plans to keep him tied up, keep him in check. I just find it tough to see the Chiefs lose in 2 games in a row, even though the Niners just did it. So any given Sunday, I also just want to point out how much of a crime it is that this game's at 9:30 a.m. I will not be watching. I don't wake up before noon on Sundays. That's a rule of mine. But yeah, thank God it's a good slate this week. Otherwise, I mean, that's horrible. I do want to watch that though. Probably won't. I'm also going to go with the over. International games, people like to score in those. I mean, hell, the Ravens put up 27 points in international game. And they hit the over against the Titans. So if that can happen, any over can hit. 50.5, it's a lot of points. But I do think we're going to see some offense here. Both coaches want to score points more than anything.
Tyreek Hill every single game is going to have at least a 30 or 40-yard touchdown. I feel like it's almost clockwork at this point, where you see Tua drop back, throw a very ugly left-handed ball, and then Tyreek Hill's wide open in the end zone. That's a given. That's going to be one of the touchdowns that contributes to the over. With that being said, get back game for the Chiefs. Got to get right back on track to continue their Super Bowl push. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the over.
Follow Martin up because I totally agree. I was actually going to take the Dolphins, but I believe the spread opened at 3. Now it's down to 1. Public hammering Dolphins. I'm going to fade the public, go with the Chiefs. Andy Reid coming back off an embarrassing performance. I like the Chiefs to play well in front of the German folk. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs, and I'm going to go with the over game at 9:30 a.m. NFL, great job.
I got the Chiefs, especially now that they're -1. I would have taken the -3, to be honest. They're going to look to bounce back big against an opponent like the Dolphins, who are very much capable of scoring with them. But I don't think that they have quite the ability right now just yet to handle the Chiefs, especially defensively. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs -1. I would take the over, but I don't know, something's telling me not to do it, so I'm not gonna do it.
I am taking the over. I'm a little scared because Nickson's the hottest person on the planet right now. So the fact that he just said that makes me scared to take it now. But I'm taking the over 50.5. I'm not taking a side, but I am taking Tyreek 2 touchdowns. If it's plus money, the odds aren't out yet, so I don't know. If it is plus money, I am taking that. Like everybody said, it was a revenge game. And like Martin said, he's due for at least 1 bomb a game. I think it might be at least 2 this game because it is a revenge game. And because this is going to be an international game, like Sam said, I think a lot of points are going to be scored. So I got the over and I got Tyreek 2 touchdowns.
I am taking the Chiefs. I just saw that the Dolphins, Cam, haven't really beaten anybody good except the Chargers.
Whoa!
Chargers.
The Steelers haven't beaten anyone good either, Sean.
We beat the Ravens, and the Browns, who are considered pretty good by most people. But yeah, the Dolphins, like, I don't know, beat the Broncos twice, big whoop. So give me the Chiefs.
You guys are casual. You're casual.
Nobody was talking about the Steelers. Like, your main defense for the Dolphins is
Everybody go.
No, I didn't go yet.
Go ahead, Coby.
All right, shut the fuck up. I don't see the Chiefs losing again. They just played obviously horrendous game to the Broncos, as was talked about. I don't think they're going to repeat that. I think that probably fired them up. I think the Chiefs are kind of bored and they're just looking for something to like bounce back for. Like, they're so good. That shit's easy to them. So I think that's going to finally give them something to actually play for. And I mean, these are probably the 2 best offenses in the game, and maybe 2 best offenses ever. I mean, I guess Tyreek's not the Chiefs. That's probably the best Chiefs offense team, but the Chiefs have a top offense ever. So this is going to be crazy point scored game. So the over I love, and Chiefs -2.5.
The Chiefs are terrible on defense. I know that the Chiefs give up a lot of points. Their run defense isn't good. And if the Dolphins get a running game and in the game, this game is going to be over. This game is going to be won in the trenches. Whoever wins this game on the O-line or D-line is going to win the game. Like I said, the Chiefs defense isn't good. And the Dolphins defense isn't amazing either when it comes to the teams that are pass heavy. So Patrick Mahomes, if the Chiefs wins, he's going to have a big game as well. As Sean said, we haven't been looking very well in big games. So I think I'm going to take a break for picking the Dolphins. I just want to test. I want to see if I'm the issue here. So I'm just going to take the over. If I was a fan, I would take the Dolphins. Not a casual, I would take the Dolphins. But I'm stepping away, and I'm going to take the over here. I want the points.
Game 2 on the slate here. Cowboys at Eagles. Divisional matchup. Eagles are -3. Over-unders 46. We're going to give it to Nickson.
For me, I just love a good Eagles-Cowboys matchup just as an NFL fan, and I feel like those two teams are playing pretty good football, especially the Eagles right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles. What are they, -3?
Yeah.
I'll take the Eagles -3 here. Besides that, whenever they play the Commanders for some reason, they seem to be getting better and better and better each week. And I feel like, just like last year, even when Minshew was in, they were able to put up a lot of points on the Cowboys. So I feel like this year, Jalen Hurts is going to go in. They're home. They're going to go into Philly and put up some points on that Cowboys defense that has struggled since they've had Diggs injured. So I'll take the Eagles.
I'm also going to take the Eagles. I'm tailing Nickson here. I guess we're riding the hot hand, but I had this before. It's a divisional game. Eagles Cowboys have always had some good tilts, but I'm not going to touch the total due to it being a division game, rivalry game with two teams playing very well. But I feel like every time on this show, when we pick a Cowboys game, when they're playing a good team, I try to help my boy Scott out and take the Cowboys and say, you know what, they're going to stick it to the haters. Every single time they turn it around and shove it right back to me and absolutely suck. So you know what? I'm done betting the Cowboys for these big rivalry games and whatever. I'm done with them. All they've done is ever let me down. So I'm going to go with the Eagles here. Eagles didn't play amazing last week in Washington, but they always struggle against Washington. 2 divisional matchups in a row is going to be tough. Get the ball to your best player, who is AJ Brown, and make that happen. And they did. And what do you know? It worked. They ran away offensively second half towards the end of that game. But yeah, I think the Eagles come away with this one. Despite their offense not looking great through the middle of the season a little bit. I think they come back here and get a statement win.
I'm taking definitely the under in this game. And just because I need some more volume to hopefully help my scorecard, I'm going with the Eagles as well. Everything that Sam said and more. Obviously, you see what happens when they get A.J. Brown involved. Nothing wrong with Tush Push. It's creative. And they have a guy like DeAndre Swift as well who's able to run the rock. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. There's plenty of weapons on that team. So there's lots of ways for them to score, which doesn't really help the fact that I'm also taking the under, but both defenses have a lot of playmakers. I think it'll be more of a gritty game than people are expecting. So I'll take the Eagles here as well as the under.
So last week, my lock of the week, I had Commanders Eagles under, and that game ended up being a 69 point game. When you think sometimes that a divisional matchup is going to be a gritty, grimy game, it's not. It's basically my point. And because of that, I'm going to take the first half over here. I believe it is 22.5. And I'm also taking the Eagles -3. I believe in the Eagles much more than I believe in the Cowboys at the end of the day. I don't really buy into last week being like an underwhelming performance because of the fact that it was a divisional game. And I think that 2 weeks ago, they performed very well against the Dolphins. So I think the Eagles are for real. And I like that -3 in the first half over.
I'll go next here. Scott isn't really here to take up for himself. I'll take up for him. Great man. Posted him on my story. Just graduated from university school. Shout out to Scott.
Shout out Scott. Shout out Scott.
Shout out Scott. We love you, buddy.
Big shout out, Scott.
Big ups, big ups. Any team could beat any team. And we saw that when the Broncos, who led up 70 to the Dolphins, held the Chiefs to 9 points. With that being said, I do think the Cowboys are a better team. It just depends on like who wins. I feel like this is another trench game because they're both very equal teams when it comes to defense or offense. I think the Cowboys have a better offense than the Eagles. They struggle at times, and if they struggle in this game, and their defense as well, if they give up 30 points to the Commanders, there's no telling what they're going to do to the Cowboys. So I also like Tommy's first half over bet. I think there's going to be a lot of points here. So first half over, Cowboys spread.
I just think the Eagles are a flat out better team than the Cowboys. I feel like they might be the best team in football right now. They're winners. And last week I took the mistake. I think it was last week. Took the mistake of picking not the Eagles. I'm not doing that again. Definitely taking the Eagles. They're just a better team to me. And last year Jalen Hurts beat them. And then the second time they played, he was injured. It was a Minshew, and they lost barely. It was like a 51-43 game or something like that. High scoring game, and they lost. So I think Hurts really he's fine against the Cowboys. I think they might steamroll them, but I'm taking the over. I think receivers are gonna tear this up. I think CeeDee Lamb's been on a heater. He's been playing an amazing football. That is the one thing good about the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb has been playing amazing football. I think he's going to have a great game. The Eagles defense is good, but it hasn't played good. Like, it looks good on paper. Hasn't been too great. I think CeeDee's going to tear through that. And A.J. Brown's, 5-6 consecutive games with 115 plus yards or something like that. Insane. Both team secondaries have been shaky at best this year. I think the over is definitely easy play here, but Eagles -3 in the over.
I was a big Eagles hater last year, and they proved me wrong. They got to the Super Bowl. They're proving me wrong again. They're 7-1. You know what? I'm doubling down. They're frauds. The Eagles are not good. Dallas is going to go in there and cover. I don't know if they're going to win. They're going to cover the +3, not touching the total. The Eagles are not good. The NFC is a dumpster fire. If they were in the AFC, they'd be 4-4. That's right. I said it.
It's time for the best part of the show. Locks of the week, and we're going to throw it to Martin.
For any of our listeners that have been tailing my picks for this season, my forgiveness. Let's try and turn it around this week. If you're still with me, give me the Seahawks +6 at the Ravens. That's a lot of points. Geno Smith and that offense, they like to score points. As do the Ravens. Last time I picked against the Ravens, they played the Lions, and I had the Lions +3 against them. Ravens won 38-6. Let's hope that doesn't happen this time. That's all we can do at this point. Hope and pray. 2-6 on locks on the year. Week 9 is going to be kind to us. 9. Love the number 9. Give me Seahawks +6.
I think this is a great pick. I like Geno Smith. I think Geno Smith is a very good quarterback to put +6 points on Geno Smith versus the Ravens, who is I don't know, they're a fishy team. What would you say, Nickson? How do you feel about the Ravens?
I don't know. This year, it's looking the best that it's looked, especially in the passing game. I like what I'm seeing from the passing game, but I feel like when we play against the better defenses in the league, like, we're gonna struggle.
I think the Seahawks is one of those teams. They straight on defense. They got a very
I don't know, but I say that, and then we fucking whoop the Browns.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all a weird team.
We're weird. We're weird. Like, bro, we could be Super Bowl contenders, but I also could see us losing in the wild card. Like, it's like, I don't know what team I'm watching each week.
Yeah, I could see the Ravens winning this game by like 17-14. Or like,
yeah, or they just lose by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, either that or
at home. Like,
give me the Rams +3. They're playing the Packers, both very below average, or teams that are performing worse than what they were supposed to. But I believe the Rams.
Stafford playing?
Oh, is he hurt?
Yeah.
Well, I'll still ride with them.
I'll follow Sean. My locks right now are just whatever the opposite of what I say, because I can't hit a lock to save my life. I'm going to go with an emotional game here, and it is the Bills versus the Bengals. And I'm taking the Bills +3.
Oh, you sick.
Dogs. They're going back.
You sick.
I'm not a sick fuck, all right? I'm not pandering. I'm not taking advantage of the situation, but it's an emotional game, okay? We all know what happened last time the Bills played at Ronald Brown Paycor, whatever that stadium's name is. Paul Brown, I think. But yeah, it's going to be an emotional game. And yes, the Bengals are hot right now. I guess it's Joe Burrow's thing to come out and look like shit for the first 4 weeks of the season every year and then turn it on from there. I don't know, man. The Bills haven't looked great as of late, but I think this week is where that turns around. I think that's why a lot of people are on the Bengals. I think the Bills are going to go in here. They're obviously going to have that going into their mind, and I would set the over-under at 25.5 of how many mentions and pans and clips of DeMar Hamlin we see during the Sunday night broadcast. It's going to be a lot closer than people think. I don't think the Bengals are going to run away with this at all. I don't think the Bengals are going to win. I think the Bills are going to come and take out a huge victory here, keep themselves on track for that Super Bowl caliber team that everyone says they are and that they should be.
I'll go next.
Let me go next, Cam, because I have the same pick as Sam. But I just want to add one other thing into the mix here. December 26, 2021 was the last time the Bills were getting points, which is fucking insane. They're getting 3 points here. And I know that it's in Cincinnati, and like I agree with everything that Sam just said, but I think that the Bills, in my brain, are a better team than the Bengals still, regardless of the fact that the Bengals are a hotter team right now. So I like the Bills +3. I like the Bills money line.
Y'all know what my pick is. I'm picking the Brownies. We're going versus the Cardinals. The spread is -8. I like I said, they just lost a top 20 quarterback. I don't know who the fuck the quarterback is in Arizona right now. James
I think it
Conner.
might be Murray.
Is
It might be Kyler.
Yeah.
It might be Hot Wheels, yeah.
Right?
It's either Kyler or Clayton Tune.
Oh, give me Clayton Tune every day of the week.
That's Looney Tunes.
Clayton Tune has just earned himself an open invite onto the show.
James Conner hurt. If it is Kyler Murray or Clayton Tune, I don't give a fuck who's that quarterback. It could be Tom Brady, prime Tom Brady. The Cardinals are not covering the spread of this game. They have no offensive weapons. Browns.
Is Deshaun back?
I think he was practicing today, but I'm not too sure. I think it's a game time decision. But either way, if it's PJ Walker or Deshaun, the Browns could win this game. I've been at the facility. I've been at the home games. I'm falling into the chance.
You think PJ is going to cover 8.5?
Yes. PJ beat the Niners. What are we talking about right here?
Okay.
PJ did something Kenny couldn't. But -8, Browns, fuck it. 37.5 is the over-under. I'll take the over two. 2 locks and 1. They're both going to hit. Browns, barking, roof, roof, roof.
My lock, which I've actually been doing pretty good on lock so far, is the under of 44 in the Colts-Panthers game. This game screams fucking ass to me. Once again, I'm picking the shitter bowl of the week because that's where all my fucking locks come, and I got to really
pick like every game you pick the Panthers. Like
they're always in the worst fucking game. I already know that the game's going under. I've hit on like 5 unders this year. And we're going under again. I mean, Panthers, they just won their first game by putting up 15 points. So they're on cloud 9 right now. So who knows? Maybe they'll continue that, or maybe that was the high of their season. Colts, Minshew does put up some points, but I just feel like this is going to be such a bad, weird game that he's not going to put up enough points to get over 45 or 44, whatever it is. And also, he's put up insane numbers for the last 4 weeks, so he's due. Minshew's due to have a little bit of a shitter, and I feel like this shit-ass game is where he pulls up the shitter. So, once again, I take the worst game of the week and make it a lock.
Can't wait for there to be fucking 60 points in this game.
Yeah. This would be the game to be like that.
Like the Dolphin shit, they put up 70.
Minshew 5 touchdowns. Jake,
him eating bole is very teenage girl of him. I just want to put
What is bole?
It's like a vegan Chipotle.
Oh my god! If I had known that, I would have clowned his ass so hard.
Hey, I'm gonna go. All right.
You're a vegan.
3 words. No, I'm not a vegan. 3 words. Jaron bleeping Hall is going to go into Atlanta this week, and he's not leaving without a victory. The Minnesota Vikings are beating the Falcons. Vikings +4.5's the pick.
He lost all my respect from eating bole. That shit is crazy.
That's a bad look. Bad look for you. Bad look for the Vikings.
Go get some wings from Rachel.
Bad look for Notre Dame. Like and subscribe.
Subscribe
and like.
One's down.
Go to work.
Shout out. Aiden O'Connell.
Shout out Clayton Tune.
Clayton Tune.
Cam, give me
Clayton Tune. We want you to come on the show.
Shout out Tommy DeVito.
No.
Why not?
Clayton Tune. I want Clayton Tune on the show.
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito hasn't gotten open invite status yet. Clayton Tune has it.
I saw a meme that was like Tommy DeVito is the most aggressively Italian quarterback in NFL history, and
for sure.
That was pretty good.
Easily. I saw his headshot and immediately was like, holy grease. That dude is definitely wearing a cotton wife beater with grease stains on it under his football uniform. Tommy DeVito looks like the kind of guy who wakes up in the morning and just like puts pasta on a pan and just like eats that for breakfast. And then brings like a protein shaker full of marinara sauce on his way to the field.
Like and subscribe.